Imagine waking up tomorrow and 20% of the world's daily oil supply is just completely gone, blocked overnight. Welcome to today's deep dive, where we are unpacking a massive April 2026 economic research report. It details exactly what happens when the US and Israel launch Operation Epic Fury, and Iran retaliates by entirely choking off the Strait of Hormuz. And just a quick reminder for you, we are impartially reporting the facts from this source document without taking any political sides whatsoever.
Right. And the sheer scale of this disruption is honestly hard to wrap your head around. Because of the conflict, you've got 20 million barrels of oil per day just trapped overnight. Plus, 19% of the global LNG supply is just sitting there.
Which is what, like 20% of total global consumption? Just totally paralyzed.
Exactly. The resources physically exist, but the maritime pathways are completely severed. So the immediate reaction is sheer institutional panic, leading to this extreme backwardation. Spot prices for physical delivery shot past $140 a barrel, while futures are sitting way down at like 109.
Okay, let's unpack this. Is this, like paying exorbitant scalper prices because you desperately need a concert ticket tonight, whereas future tickets are heavily discounted because nobody knows if the band will even play?
Yeah, that is a perfect way to put it. It is pure desperation. Utility companies are paying that massive premium because they have to keep their grids from shutting down right now. They don't have the luxury of waiting.
Right, they just can't wait. But there are some terrestrial workarounds, right? Like Saudi Arabia's Petrolane pumping 7 million barrels a day and the UAE's 80 COP pipeline.
Yes, there are those geographic lifelines. And on top of that, 32 nations coordinated to release 400 million barrels from their strategic petroleum reserves to try and flood the market.
But wait, let's look at the math there. If the Middle East is short 17 million barrels a day, isn't that SPR release basically aiming a garden hose at a forest fire?
Oh, completely. It acts as a temporary psychological shock absorber, but SPRs cannot mathematically replace a permanent geographic blockade. Eventually, those reserves run out.
Which brings this macro crisis right to your doorstep. U.S. retail gas jumped $1 in a single month to over $4 a gallon, and like $5.89 in California. And didn't 30-year mortgages rebound to 6.4% because inflation models were violently repriced?
They did, exactly. And it fundamentally alters capital markets too. The report notes how the stock market violently pivoted to what analysts called the AI loser trade. Investors suddenly stopped caring about cloud software and panic bought physical commodities.
Wow. Because they need to keep the actual servers and lights on. But the second order threat here is agriculture, right? How does this maritime blockade end up threatening global food security?
Well, modern farming relies heavily on natural gas to make nitrogen-based fertilizers. With that 19% of global LNG trapped, fertilizer costs spiked by 30 to 40%.
So crops planted in spring 2026 are locking in these hyperinflated input costs.
Precisely, which means we are looking at a guaranteed delayed global food security crisis for 2027. The illusion of a perfectly synced, frictionless global market is permanently gone.
It really fragments the whole global energy architecture, which leaves you with a highly provocative thought to explore on your own. If terrestrial pipelines and complete self-reliance are the new mandates for national survival, are we witnessing the permanent deglobalization of not just how we power our cities, but how we interact as a global society?